This is my location where I received my shot. I didn't know what to expect. So my granddaughter brought me to get my shot. She drove me here because I want to be here as long as I can for my grandchildren.
The day I got the vaccine, I had to drive out of my way. And so on my drive, there was a lot of nerves. There was a lot of uncertainty.
During the pandemic, I found out that I was HIV positive. And throughout the pandemic, my concerns were not only for myself, but also my partner and how we were going to get our medication. He, at the beginning, had COVID.
So I'm on my way into the hospital for the day, and I'm about, I think, 16 days post my second dose of the vaccine. So I should be at peak immunity now, and that's kind of reassuring. Certainly makes it less scary to go into work.
The pandemic has impacted my life greatly because it is just so scary. I've had family members and I've had friends, and white and black, to come down with COVID. Some of them have lost their children.
When I learned that there was a vaccine, my initial thought was, I'm gonna wait to see what happens.
I think on a personal level, there's some guilt about getting the vaccine before people that we love, before my parents, before my husband, and before my children.
I remember leaving and walking back to my car. Walking out of the hospital, having my shot, I just went, one down, one to go. There is a light at the end of this tunnel.
Here to talk with us more, the people, I'm getting teary-eyed, the people that you met in those video diaries. Keeton Phillips, Karen Fauman, and Maggie Davis. Thank you all for sharing your video diaries and chronicling from your perspective what it was like. Keeton, I'll start with you because we ended the piece there with you. I am just struck by how all of you share this common guilt, that you were among the first. Did you experience that before, when you were going in, Keeton, you're immune compromised, as you pointed out. When you were going in to get the vaccine, did the guilt start then, or was it only after?
The guilt was before I even went to get the vaccine. As I said, my partner had COVID right when the pandemic hit. And having that conversation about, I have the opportunity to get this, and knowing he doesn't. And his big thing was, I had the vaccine, or I had COVID, and I can't even get it. And so the guilt wasn't that I'm getting it before him. It's I'm getting it, and he's already lived through this.
Yeah.
And that's not something I will have to experience personally. That's where the guilt came from.
Maggie, you talked about all of the people that you know who've been impacted. You said white, black, trans, all across. When you were on your way in with your granddaughter to get that vaccine, what did you feel? What was was it relief?
Well, when I went to get my shot, I was really concerned because they called me in to get the shot, and I wasn't really prepared to do it at that time. I wanted to get it, but I wanted to let them experience more about what was going on with the shot.
I think a lot of people relate to you. Let me tell you something. I can't tell you how many people said, I want it, but I want like a whole lot of people to get it before me. And then I can report back. And I laugh and say that because this is real talk. This is the things that me and my friends and people, I'm confident in the science. I want to do it, but I don't want to be the first. But you got the call. Did you almost say, let me wait? Or were you?
Yes. They called me. And I wanted to say I'm going to just wait. But I felt kind of guilty that they were calling me to get a shot when other people was wanting the shot and couldn't get it.
Yeah.
And I felt really guilty that I'm getting a shot that I really wasn't ready for at this time. But I'm glad I did get it.
Yeah.
But so many people wants the shot.
Yeah.
They really wants it.
I tell you what, I love my TAM fam, and I love when I can meet members of the TAM fam like this, because these are the people I envision at home watching the show. Folks who care enough about others to get the vaccine and then feel guilty that you're amongst the first to get the vaccine. Karen, you're a new mom. You work directly with COVID patients. You have both doses of the vaccine. How do you feel now? Do you still have that? I don't want to call it survivor's guilt, but because that's not what it is, but that's what I think about when I think of it. How do you feel?
I have a little bit of guilt, but also am hopeful that everybody I love and everybody else will be able to have access soon. I know that I am probably the biggest risk to my family of anybody because I take care of patients with COVID. And so getting home to them and being less likely to bring it to them is part of that and helps my guilt probably.
Yeah. No, it's incredible. Thank you for sharing your individual stories with us, because I just think this is illuminating. By the way, I just learned 3 people in our virtual audience have all received their vaccines as well. So this is what we're talking about. This is what we're sharing today. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. Keeton, Karen, Maggie, bless you all.